Alright, cool, we're live. Alrighty. Cool. Edit this. Just gonna get everything set up. Just give me a moment. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to leave for making new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Day 424. Today's 9/2, right? Yeah, 2. Alright, there's that. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the icon for making new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Just getting everything set up. VIP, I appreciate that. Glad to see you're learning from me every day. You know, that's really the goal here at NormalTrading.com. I try my best to give you guys the chance to learn from me. And it's really all I can do. You know, you guys still have to put in the time on your own, but me going over every single day what I do, hopefully it helps you guys a little bit here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this going here. Okay, cool. Alright, so I am live going over today's trading day. What an up and down day. Up 800K after hours to ending the day only up 50K. Alright, there's that. Cool. Just getting that set up, guys. Like I said, you know, you guys can see FBRX is going after hours. Definitely something that's, you know, on the radar. Also, like I said, do you always buy the dip? Generally, yeah. Lemuel, appreciate good stuff today. Appreciate that. Generally, yes, I usually buy the dips. That is correct. Alright, just getting everything set up here. Mike Jang, what's going on? Alex, Steve Austin. Alright, now I just gotta post on social media quick, which usually is the most tedious part. Come on, here's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Alright. Come on, there's that. I am live going over today's trade. Okay, so the runners today we had were A-Pop. We can do FBRX, we can do FCUV, which was true. Any BTC. Alright, cool. Alright, guys. Hello? Did that work? Oh, there we go. Sorry. Just ringing that in. Alright. Do you ever make time for yourself? Yeah, I do, G Blanco. I do. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like I do, but I try my best. It's very important to, you know, remain a positive and happy life while you're trying to be driven at something. So, okay. Alright, cool. There's that. I guess on TikTok we'll show the screen here. That way you guys can see the entire screen. Alright, cool. Alrighty, guys. What's going on, John Brantley? What's going on, Alex, Emmanuel, Sierra, Mauricio? Maybe Diego's sleeping. I don't know. Exactly, G Blanco, exactly. Alright, guys, so we're just going over today's trading day. We'll give it about 30 more seconds for people to come on in. What's going on, Coffee Kid? Sorry about yesterday not streaming. You know, yesterday I was busy. But yeah, so today's going to be a streaming day, though. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Emmanuel, thank you. It's about a week old, but yeah, definitely the haircut. You know, I got it done at a nice barber, which is great. Jacobson, yep. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to go live. What's going on, Kimbers? What's going on, Matthew? What's going on, Itzma? Alright, everybody on TikTok, we're ready to go as well. Okay. So today, you know, an SCUV, basically, you know, we had a stock where I really had high potential on this one, and I had a big position on it. And I know you guys didn't know that, but what's going on, Deirdre? I know that you guys didn't know that, but I definitely had a big position on this one going up, you know, and I saw this huge rip, huge run, multiple holds on the way up, and then you can see what we call volatility here is, I mean, that's the name of the game. There is a huge amount of volatility on this name. That is 110% certain. So you have this big rip up here, then a consolidation, and another big rip, and a consolidation, and another big rip, and this thing is just not giving up, right? Finally, we get a nice pullback here, and then it goes straight back up, right? And then we get a consolidation and a sell-off. And I thought this was it. But once I saw this re-consolidation, hold a VWAP, what's going on, Chris PG? Once I saw this right in here with that much volatility, I thought this thing still had a chance. I really did. This right here was the move that I was looking for, where I was like, okay, you know, I thought it was dead. And then once I saw this re-break with that much volume, I was like, okay, this thing still might have some movement towards it. We could get a break a high day and keep going. I mean, when you see that much volatility and that much liquidity, you have an opportunity for yourself. And I tried to take all the dips, and I ended up with about a 20-50 average, something like that, or it's 20-48-7 average. So where this white line is my average, right about, you know, right there. Let's just say that's the average. And then so, you know, we're remodeling it, Chris. I appreciate the ask, though. But, so, you know, at the end of the day, guys, I mean, we are trying to take an opportunity and advantage of this movement here. And, you know, we see a perk back up through the highs, and it's called a false break. And then we get a re-break through the lows, and then another breakdown, right? And then we get another breakdown through after hours. And I'm still holding my position. I have 90,000 shares of this stock. And once, you know, I expected it to sell off, and then I didn't expect it to re-break on that strong of consolidation that quickly. And up here, I was up about 800K on the position. Now, my goal was I should have taken it off, you know, I would have taken off pieces right in here, and I would have taken out pieces right in here. So I probably still would have had about 60K left in the position, maybe 50K shares left in the position, and I would have locked out about 300-400K on that position. The problem was I didn't expect it to be that quick on that kind of move right there. And so I ended up not taking anything off because I was coming back from sushi, and I was like, holy crap, I was parking my truck and seeing this move this quickly, being up that much, and I couldn't get on my phone quick enough to sell it. And I think I was a little late. By the time it had moved up here, it was like somewhere down in here, and I was like, okay, let's give it a chance to break 30 and then scale off some in there. And then, you know, we had to move pre-market. My broker wouldn't have executed me there anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. How much shares went through right there? About 30K, so nothing crazy. But the fact of the matter is, this thing moved up so quickly, so fast, that I didn't have a game plan for that type of move. I mean, I had a game plan for a lot of different types of move, but this one I did not. But I said no matter what, I was going to start scaling about $30 a share. And the fact of the matter was, I wasn't home, and this move happened when I was driving. I got home, and I was just so shell-shocked and didn't have enough time to sell on my phone. And then I didn't want to sell down in here, so I was like, you know what, let's hold this overnight. That was a mistake. Ended up breaking even on the name, basically. And that's okay, you know. You know, being in that position and executing that trade, I'll learn for next time, you know. And I know that's, you know, a big to look at, but I'm used to going through those kind of days. I'm used to going through that kind of move. And it's the process that you're looking at. It's not the P&L that you're looking at, right? Too many people look at the P&L and they're like, I gotta get out. But just pay attention to the bigger picture, right? Pay attention to the bigger picture and realize that, you know, there's a plan, process, and a strategy for a reason. And you play the bigger picture. You don't play the P&L, right? So, you know, when I stopped at break even, this thing ended up coming down. I am watching this coming in the next couple of days. My game plan is if this starts to hold the middle of this candle, I'm going to look for a $30 to $35 move. Maybe even 40. We'll see. High volume this day right here. We'll see what happens. I mean, we can't really predict what's going to happen, but I'm keeping it on watch going forward. I tried to take one more stab at it, no luck, or a couple more stabs at it. And then FBRX was the only other play that I made today. And this one was a move that I didn't expect. I saw it thanks to chat rooms, and I believe it was on the scanner as well. And thanks to, you know, just social media and everything like that. But I think mainly I caught this one on the scanner. I could be wrong. FBRX. So I had 81,000 shares of this one at a 420 average, and I scaled out. So I ended up stopping out. I was taking starters in here, and then, you know, stopping out a little bit. Once we rebroke $4, it just was uphill from there. Started adding into my winner, and once we broke above 5, I took some off at 503 and the rest off at 518 and 514 and 510s for the rest of the move there. So, I mean, that was a day on today. Nothing too crazy. AFRM is something I'm watching into tomorrow. This name, you know, I know it's a blue chip or a mid cap, but look at the volatility we have on this one. It looks like it's setting up. You know, we had a big move to the upside. We had a huge soak there, and now we're just consolidating. If you look at it's a 4-day consolidation. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. If we go like this, and then we go like this, you can see right here, I mean, it's just a higher low consolidation. Dirja, I mean, I wouldn't say I lost $1 million, but pretty much. I mean, it was unrealized. But yeah, I was up about $1 million at one point on it, and I just wasn't able to scale out. So that's okay, though. You know, that's a part of trading. That's what we go through as traders. This isn't something that happens, you know, every day, but it's something that we learn from and we prepare for next time, right? I'm actually overnight this AFRM to see it move over 99.50, and then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I mean, we learn from our mistakes, we learn from our wins, we learn from our losses, and we move on. You know, and I have no regrets about how I made this trade. You know, the only regret is that I wish I was home because I would have sold some of that. Or no, sorry. Where is it? FCV. I would have sold some of that, like I said, in the 30-29 range. But yeah, I mean, with this much volatility, when the market gets hot, these things happen, and I have no problem, you know, no regrets. I traded this the way I wanted to. I'm not going to stay at home 24/7, be on my screens every single day, nonstop. You know, I'm fortunate enough to live a life that I want to live, so I'm not going to stick on the screens, you know, insanely amount of time. Sure, I might stick around for a couple hours, but I wanted to go to the range, I wanted to get some fresh air, and, you know, I wanted to get some sushi, and I got some sushi. And the sushi cost me a couple $100K. But, you know, in the big picture, that's nothing, you know. I have higher and higher goals than that. So, you know, that's the way today went. SUV, you know, obviously, you know, a couple of losses on it, but that's okay. MVIS took a little trade on it. IC took a little trade on it. A-Firm, I'm watching it tomorrow. What's on the scanner? VIH is on the scanner. FBRX, I'm going to watch that one tomorrow as well. I want to take a stab at that one tomorrow. I made a nice little gain on it after hours, like I said, and then, you know, going into tomorrow, I'll look for an opportunity intraday as well. Cam, what was the time frame on your first 1K run to 25K, but plus before you started the other 1K challenges? I believe it took me 10 months and 1 week to get from 1K to 1 mil. I believe it took me like a month and a half to get from 1K to 25K. Do you get upset about those and keep trying, or you just move on to the next one? You know, I get upset about it, but I move on. You know, BTX is a prime example of what happens if you get upset about it. You know, I lost 1.4 million on that name, and I got stubborn with it, and you cannot get stubborn. My general rule of thumb is if I take 2 or 3 losses, 3 losses if I'm a little stubborn, 2 losses is not stubborn, on the same name, I'm done with it, you know? And you can see here, FCUV, 1 loss. FCUV, 2 losses. FCUV, 3 losses, a little stubborn, and I'm done with it. BTX was a perfect example of that. You know, I took many losses multiple days in a row on this one, and it cost me a lot. And that's why I have that rule in place. I can't get emotional with the stock. I can't feel like I'm getting emotionally attached to the stock, because if you get like that, you will be affected, and it will change your mindset. It'll go from your plan, your process, and your strategy to, okay, now I'm getting somewhere where I'm talking about something where, you know, you get a little bit emotional. And now you feel like the stock's out there to get you, right? But it's really not out there to get you at all. It doesn't care about you. It moves up and down on its own. It says, hey, I'm in, I'm out. There's volatility. The market's making the price, and that's it. You know, it doesn't matter if, you know, you have losses on it. You move in, you move out, and you move on. Exactly, Coffee Kid, exactly. So that's a part of trading. So, yeah, I mean, you could look at it like I lost $1 million, but really I broke even on the name. And it was an $800,000 lesson, technically. So, yeah. 355, don't worry, it's recorded. What's your advice on scaling in and scaling out? Scaling in is important to learn. I'm good at scaling in. I suck at scaling out. It's important to scale in and scale out because that generally keeps your emotions out of it. Trading around a core is very important as well, G Blanco, and that's something that, you know, as traders we work on. And it's something that I work on, especially when I'm scaling out. Scaling in, I have no big deal. Scaling out's the hard part. for me. Even on FBRX, you know, I sold on. So when this moved above 5, I had some sells off at 503 on the limit, and then this red candle here, I took off about 60,000 shares, right? So, you know, I'm getting a bumper sticker that I love, says I love Cam. All right, Mauricio. Yeah. Other than that, guys, you know, so I kind of struggled on that. You know, I sold off into that candle, and then it had a nice move, and then we perked back above VWAP, and I could have made another 20, 30K on that name. But, you know, I didn't really care. I took the chunk, or probably like 20K. I took the chunk and I moved on. You know, going forward tomorrow, I'll have another opportunity. This one will be volatile going into tomorrow. I'm not getting impatient about it. So, those of you guys who don't know, I'm also doing 30% off my course and my scanners. Those of you guys who don't know, I'm doing 35% off my course and my scanners. Here's that. So I'm doing 30% off. You guys have been asking for a Labor Day sale. I haven't done a sale in a while. Basically, the course goes over my strategies that help me turn $1,171 into $5 million. It's all the same concepts, even though what I use today, even with this gap down play that I played on FBRX, FCUV, same concepts. But I go into much bigger depth, and I also have live trading. That's where a lot of the students that I have, you know, are getting the most out of it. Generally, is what they say is the live trading part of it, because I explain in my trades why I'm getting in and why I'm getting out, and that's a huge piece to them. I'm also potentially opening up to some of the course students, maybe one-on-one. They're an additional cost, but to some of my students that have bought the course already and have watched it a couple times, you know, that way you know what you're talking about. And you can ask me important questions. I don't want anyone to ask all these questions and not know what they're talking about, or just not go through my course and then not have, you know, the right questions to ask. So, Trading View to have the scanner. I'm not sure about Trading View. I use Trade Ideas. Yeah, but so you know, there is that. If you're interested in it, basically the way I treat my normaltrading.com is it's no different than going to college. Technically, you know, I just teach what has worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you. You can learn my strategies if you want. It's in the course. If you don't want to, great. There's a tuition cost, and there it's right there, but it's 30% off currently. I also have 30% off the scanners as well. And there's that. But I'm doing a sale for Labor Day, so if you guys want to check that out, feel free. I'll post a link in the chat there. And that's really it today, guys. My biggest day ever. I'm up 9.3%. Abel Gonzalez, congratulations. Congratulations, Abel. Keep compounding it, keep learning, keep studying, keep growing, and hopefully you can grow on that. I also have the course in the link in the bio. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. 355, you're welcome. And, yeah, I mean, FBRX is an example of how to make or break your year, technically. I mean, it's up 40% or 60% already. Yeah, Bradley Lampo, it was awesome. Alrighty, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, okay? 30% off scanners, course, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Cheers, team.